Hey guys, Mike at AutoWave here. Today on the dyno we've got a 1995 Acura NSX. This car has got a 3.2 liter engine in it. It's got a 2.3 liter Whipple supercharger with a Laminova intercooler stacked underneath the supercharger for intercooling. And what we've done to this car today is it originally had an older AEM EMS in it, Series 1 that we've did for the customer a long time ago. It ran really well. This customer wanted to update the engine management to 2016 standards. So what we did is we opted for a AEM Infinity 6 from Science of Speed. They did a beautiful custom harness. Lays right up back in that back panel. Now when we go to an Infinity 6, what we have to change is the actual drive-by-wire throttle body, because the Infinity 6 is not able to drive the older NSX throttle body. So Science of Speed supplied us with this nice Hitachi throttle body and billet adapter here. The car just runs seamlessly. This car starts, it drives, it makes power. I can't say enough about the Infinity platform when it comes to engine management. AEM has done just an astounding job of making an aftermarket computer perform at an OEM level. And when I say OEM level, all the OEMs, they basically model the engine. So what we were used to with the older AEM stuff, where we were basically looking at just a lookup table to say, give it this much fuel, give it this much timing. AEM has redone their entire management lineup with the Infinity. So now we're going to a VE-based modeling. And that's what all the OEMs are actually doing now. So mathematics, huge equation. AEM does such a tremendous job of making this car, or this ECU, perform at an OEM level. We're actually modeling the engine's airflow in the engine computer. So instead of the computer having to hit a cell site and say, okay, fire this much fuel, this much timing, whatever, the way Infinity does it is they're basically seeing into the future. Because we know what the airflow through the engine is going to be through modeling in the background, the ECU is no longer guessing where we need to fire for ignition timing or fire for fueling. The other thing I really like about AEM Infinity stuff is the safeguards that we're able to throw at the computer to keep the engine safe. So let me pull up the software. So this is the protection screen on AEM Infinity software. And what these are, so I'll just go through them real quick for you. Coolant protection RPM limit. Basically what this is stating is, in the event my car were to overheat, we're going to throw on a rev limit to let the customer know, or the driver know, hey, if something's wrong with the car, let's shut it down. So you can see we're basically holding the rev limit at 12,000 RPM at these coolant temperatures, which basically means no rev limit. Right as we approach overheating about 235, that's when my rev limit's going to come on at about 4,500 RPM. Just again, to be able to let the driver know, hey, we're overheating, there's something wrong with the car, we've got to get it back to the paddock and get it shut down, get it cooled down, see what's going on with it. Another same thing, oil temp protection. Oil temperatures are huge. When we're out on the road course and we're zooming for 20-30 minute sessions, we have to keep an eye and make sure that our oil temperature is not getting too high. So oil temperature approaches 275 degrees. Once again, the rev limit comes on, lets the driver know we need to get back to the paddock, something's wrong, we need to let the car cool down, we pushed it too long. This is the one I really like, this oil pressure protect table. Basically this is your oil pressure here, and in the event our oil pressure were to actually go below these values right here, we're going to throw on another rev limit to also let the driver know. So if we're in a sweeping corner and we don't have a good baffle pan, or we don't have an AccuSump, or cars run low on oil, something's going on with the motor, maybe we're losing some main bearings or rod bearings, something like that, and we've got low oil pressure, we're going to be able to throw rev limit on and get this car shut down as well. This is another really cool one, this lean protect table. So what this is down here is, this is map pressure, so this is our boost pressure, this is vacuum because we've got negative columns, and this comes up into boost. So basically the way this table works is when we're under boost, if the air fuel values were to be over 3.2 air fuel ratio for any more than a half of a second, it's going to throw on a rev limit, or it's going to throw a check engine light onto the dash, and it's going to shut this car down until our air fuel ratio is back into a safe zone. So, you know, that's really nice to where road race guys that say just got a stock fuel tank, we're not running a scavenge pump or a scavenge tank, or a swirl pod is what they call it. In the event that fuel pump were to go dry or whatever, fuel pump clogs up, anything can happen out there. I mean, you know, it's racing, guys, so we have to try and account for every single variable that we can. So, and that's really nice. So we can save engines, we can save drive lines, and not have any problems in an event running lean. So just everything that AEM's throwing at us to be able to put in there for safeguards, it just truly operates the motor like an OEM computer. This car's making right at 417 horsepower, 309 foot-pounds of torque. It's on about 10 pounds of boost. It's running on pump gas. Can't say enough for the setup. Just a nice driving setup. It's a perfect amount of power for these cars. Customers super stoked with the power numbers. If you've got any questions regarding any AEM Infinity stuff, you know, tuning in general on NSXs, LS7s, whatever. I mean, whatever we can put an AEM on, you know, we can handle your support here at the shop. So, once again, we're AutoWave. And if you got any questions, give us a call here at the shop. Thanks.